Come on, get in the video. Don't be shy. All right, me and my pineapple. Me and my pineapple. Hi everybody, welcome to the Voodoo Garden. This is Ray and the Pineapple. We will be your hosts. Yes, I have a co-host. Yeah, I don't have any real friends. These put a little hat on this. This will be my co-star. Anyway, we have a lot of letters that came in today, and I'm going to toss these into our drawing thing. Oh, wow, that's not a letter. That's that Rascal thing. I got to actually show that to Rascal. Anyway, more entries into the Voodoo Garden. 52 drawings and 50. Oh, that is actually very colorful. I like that. That's from overseas, I think. Anyway, for the oh, that's that's my phone bill. Yeah, the phone company is going to win something. Anyway, here's another. And there is some colorful mail in here. Isn't it cute? And somebody drew like little flowers on the back of it. That's really nice. And there's actually more and more overseas mail coming. Yeah, I think that's really nice. Thank you so much. I appreciate it when people from overseas take advantage of this. But I'm noticing there are things in the envelope. So if you're sending me something that is perishable, please let me know in advance. I don't want this to sit in here and rot because I don't want to open any of these envelopes before the drawing. I like it to be a surprise. So if you're sending me seeds, that's fine. You know, they can actually last until this contest is over. But if it's anything perishable, like ice cream or anything, please let me know. Don't send ice cream. But you know, if it's perishable, let me know. I wanted to show you something sent to me by Eric, the one with the duct tape on the back. The reason I opened up his letter is because I felt something in here and I thought it might be, you know, like food or something. I didn't know what it was. It wasn't rattling like seeds. And I'm glad I did open it because I wanted to show you this and share it with you. It's really kind of cool. All right, let me read it to you. It's very short. It says, this flag made it through Afghanistan, 8 months, 80,000 rounds, 500,000 pounds of ordnance. This has been all over the place. And he wanted me to unfold it and display it in my grow room. And I'm going to do that right now. I haven't unfolded it yet. When I read that, I thought, wow, you know, whether you're pro-Afghanistan, anti-Afghanistan, it doesn't really matter. The fact is that this is a cool thing. It's been around all over the place. So I have no politics. I have no politics on this channel or the Praxis channel. But I do like the idea of things going all over the world, enjoying themselves. And this little flag had a good old time traveling all over Afghanistan, which is a really cool country, actually. Aside from all the nonsense going on over there, it is a really nice country. And in Afghanistan, from what I understand, I think that might be where carrots came from. I told you something about carrots a long time ago. Carrots are actually grown over there. Aside from rocks and dirt and everything, they actually grow some really nice stuff over there. So I have me an American flag that went through Afghanistan, and I'm going to proudly display this in the Voodoo Garden. And for right now, I'm going to hand it off to my co-host. And you hold this, okay? Yep. There we go. Oh, there we go. Don't want it to touch the ground. It's disrespectful to allow a flag to touch the ground. So I will not disrespect this flag. Thank you so much, Eric. I really do appreciate it. I really do mean that. Okay. And the next thing I want to show you is really cool. This is a birthday card sent to me a couple months ago. It was my birthday a couple months ago. And this was funny. It's one of those talking cards. It has a little girl here and a little girl here, and they're both drinking a glass of milk. One girl says to the other girl, I know how to spell milk. Want to hear? P-M-I-L-K. Yeah. Okay, the other girl says, you silly, there's no P in milk. And the first girl says, oh yeah? Well, there's some in yours. I know, that is just tacky, tactless humor. But you open it up, check this out.
You said P.
That is freaking adorable. Anytime I want to put a smile on my face, I'm at the computer, or when my roommate walks in, I'll just go,
You said P.
and then close it up.
You said P. You said P. You said P.
Thank you. It just keeps on giving. I'm going to probably send this to my mom and crack her up too. She has a good sense of humor. And, ooh, one last thing. Well, not one last thing, but one last thing I wanted to show you. It's kind of like show and tell on the Voodoo Garden channel, isn't it? Somebody gave me a plastic chicken because I raise chickens, and so it just goes to figure, I get a chicken in the mail. And isn't that cute? Yeah, it's a little chicken. And and its butt smells wonderful. And I don't normally say that about my chickens, but check this out. Come in very close and I want to show you what this little wonder chicken does, okay? Are we done? Are you done? Oh, she's done. I got little eggs all over the place. Yeah, and of course I'm not going to eat the ones that hit the ground, but I got refills for it. So these are little gums and they smell fantastic. They smell like candy that I remember when I was a kid. That's why I'm sniffing a chicken's butt. Anyway, let's get off the subject of sniffing a chicken's butt. And one last thing I want to show you before we get to what you're here for is take a look over there, because people were asking me, Ray, what happened to those plants you brought in from outside? Did they ever survive? Well, let me show you exactly what happened to those plants over there. Let's see if I can get in close enough without dropping my camera into the actual plant. This is the Jolokia, the ghost pepper. Yeah, it's looking really, really nice. I took off all but a couple of the larger leaves. It was nothing but sticks and a couple leaves, and the leaves fell into the soil. And the mites, I don't remember what they're called, but they're the mites that actually eat fungus gnat larvae. Yeah, I put a picture of one on my Facebook. I don't know how I got them, but they're in my soil and they are nothing but beneficial. Wonderful things. And so they keep my plant room totally free of fungus gnats. Not a single fungus gnat in my plant room. So I'm extremely lucky that way. But what I wanted to show you is all the new growth coming out on the Jolokia. Pretty nice, isn't it? It's got sprouts all up and down the stem, so now I can pick and choose which ones I want to prune, which ones I want to allow grow. I can manipulate this plant into something beautiful for next year. Whatever I want it to do, grow low, grow tall, grow wide, whatever I want to do, it's up to me because I have all the growth I need everywhere I need it. It's going to look pretty good. So I'll do a little bonsai snip snip here and there and see what I can do with this thing by next spring. And then when it goes out into the summer, it should look pretty good, and hopefully we're going to get better harvest than this year. Well, at least that's the plan. And take a look at the Butch Scorpion. It's doing a little bit better. And just to the right of the Jolokia is the Scorpion. This is a Butch Scorpion, and I butchered it just like I did the Jolokia because I wanted to make sure the less leaves I have, the less chance I have of bugs hiding on it. I gave it a good neem drench in the soil, and I gave it a really good pyrethrin spray. Now that was pretty harsh, and it did cause a lot of the leaves, actually almost all the leaves, to fall off. Just a couple of them survived, and you can tell the difference between the new leaves and the old leaves. Let's see if I can do this without actually dropping the camera. Here's an old leaf. It has about maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4, and all this other stuff is new growth. And behind all this mess is the tomatillo. I can't bring it out to show you because there's so many plants in front of it. So I'm going to kind of zoom in just a little bit and show you the plant. All the old leaves fell off. It was nothing but a stem. Remember I yanked this out of the ground and I banged it on the raised bed to get the soil off? I really did abuse the heck out of this, but it's putting out little buds all over the place, and I think it's going to do just fine. It's appreciating the warm weather. It's appreciating the light. I've watered it well, and it's recovering from the neem pretty well. Not bad, considering the abuse that it took. It's going to take a little time to recover, but it's doing great. It didn't turn yellow, it didn't die, it actually put out new growth. So I have high hopes for the tomatillo. Time. Okay, all right. Letters, letters, letters. Oop, get back in there. These are not included. This was for Rascal, his little whatever's in here. I'll give that to him today. And I realized I accidentally threw my phone bill in here, so yeah, they're not eligible because they suck. Okay, are we ready? Drum roll, please. Drum roll. Are you ready? Okay. Ray, turn around. Ooh, you over here. Are we ready? Okay. Ready? Ah, I could dislocate my shoulder this way. Okay, there's 1, 2. First one I touch. 3, 4. I love this. 5. Okay, I got 5. Our first one is from Marcos Ortega. Congratulations, Marcos. You are a winner. Let's find out what you want for your prize and what you have to say to over 20,000 people. All right. Marcos, what do you want? He wants the coir. Congratulations. 1 brick of coir is coming to you. Next week, I'll get it off in the mail. Marcos is growing a ghost pepper plant, and he had problems at first, and flowers were falling off, and people do have that at the beginning of the season. You know, your flowers will fall off, and you're like, why was it doing that? Well, the reason it does that is because temper variations, whether it's too hot during the day, too cold at night, or too hot and too cold at night, whenever there's a variation like that, you will have flower drop, and that's perfectly normal. Plants will generally drop their flowers as a protective measure because they know that temperatures are not optimum for growing. So it's like a self-preservation thing. They will drop their flowers. They'll do that under stress. They'll do that when the temperatures aren't right. You think that plants really don't have much of a focus on what's going on around them. They are actually, I hate to say the word, smarter than you might think. Plants know how to survive. And so after the temperatures level out, the flowers stay on the plant. But that's not his question. His question is, why aren't my flowers producing pollen? Okay, Marcos, it's very simple. Keep your plants watered. Don't let them dry out because stress will cause your plant to drop its flowers or not produce quite as well. Keep them watered but not soggy, and use your finger, a dry finger, and pollinate every single day. You may not see the pollen, but it's there. Trust me, it's there. I did that with my ghost peppers. I didn't see any pollen, but it did work. Don't lose faith. Just keep pollinating those things and it's going to be okay, all right? Eventually, it will take and you're going to get some peppers. Next one is from Sheila and Mario Gonzalez. Congratulations, you're a winner. Sheila and Mario Gonzalez. Sheila and Mario, what's your question? Oh, that's an easy one. How do you tell the difference between male and female cucumber flowers? That is actually a very good question. Thank you. I get that a bunch in the spring and also with watermelon, pumpkin, all of those things. It's very simple to tell. Look on your plant and the male flowers will have a thin stem with a flower at the tip of it. The female flowers will have like a little bulb at the bottom of the flower. That is actually the fruit that needs to be pollinated by the flower. And generally your plant will put out a lot more male flowers than female flowers. I think, this is just my thoughts, I think it sends out little feelers with the male flowers. And once they start getting pollinated, it knows that there are insects around, and then the females come around. Because generally, I get male flowers all over the place, and then when I start pollinating them, I get my female flowers. So what you do is you take your male flowers and just go and pollinate, just yank them off because your plant does not need those male flowers on there, and pollinate your female flowers. Make sure that you pollinate the female flowers as much as possible. You can never have too much pollen on those things, and it will drop a couple of the females just in the beginning. That's just how it works. But keep pollinating them and you will definitely start getting fruit really, really quick. And once the plant starts setting fruit, it'll actually put out more female flowers. That's how my plants work. Yours may not, other people's may not. That's just how mine work, and that's my advice to you. Look for the little bulb at the bottom of the plant, okay? All right, that was quick, easy, and what would you like for your prize? Another one wants a brick of coir, also known as cocoa peat, coming your way. Who's our next winner? Tanya Narzi. Congratulations, Tanya Narzi. You are the next winner in the Voodoo Garden. 52 drawings. I should have an echo on it. 52 drawings. Okay. I would say let's get serious, but you know it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen with me. Not today. What does Tanya have to say? A shout out. That's really cool. All right, we will do a shout out. Tanya wants to give her sister Jessica in Calgary a shout out. So Jessica, howdy from your sister. And since you're in Canada, you are going to receive, Tanya, some extremely cool tomato seeds. Now, these are from Project Tomato. I had a whole bunch of them that didn't produce enough for me to give away to the general public. So I have little packets of a whole bunch of different kinds of seeds. I'm going to throw a really nice selection in an envelope for you, and you are going to be growing some exotic, strange, funky, fun tomatoes next year, courtesy of the contest. Congratulations, you're a winner. Okay, who's our next winner? Deborah Polite? Is that your name, Polite? Oh, that is so cool. I like that. Deborah Polite, congratulations. You are a winner in the Voodoo Garden contest. Oops, and I broke your letter. Aw. And what does Deborah have to say? Dear Ray, love your channel. Thank you, Deborah. The video with your 3 turkey backup singers is one of my favorites. Oh, I love that too. For people that don't know what my backup singers are, check back on my channel. And some of my earlier videos at my former home, I had turkeys walking around in my yard. And I was trying to do a serious video. And my turkeys were walking around loose, and they were doing what turkeys do, I guess. And they just mowed me over. They just mowed me over, and it was caught on camera. And I was trying to regain my composure, and it was just the most epic fail video I've ever done in my life. And it was just nuts. And it happened to be my most popular video. So I did enjoy doing that too. I laughed so hard, I just could not believe the nonsense that was going on. And so that is pretty much the video that was my turning point. I thought, why am I taking myself so serious? Why am I trying to be a teacher when I can just have fun and enjoy my viewers, my life, everything? So from then on, I have not tried to actually be more, as much of a teacher as just a gardening dork and have a really good time with it. So a little backstory to that. Yep. That was the one that actually taught me to relax and enjoy myself more. And oh, by the way, what would you like? Ooh, Jolokia peppers, our first one. I am going to toss a big heap and helping handful of Jolokia peppers into a box or an envelope. And I have padded envelopes, so I may do it in that. But they will be out to you pronto, and really sorry about breaking your envelope. Okay, anyway, so much for that one. Who's our next one? Our last winner for today's drawing is Alec Moreau. Ooh, in the USA. Congratulations, Alec. You are a winner. I wish I had a drum roll. You know, I really need somebody in here to do a drum roll and all kinds of sound effects for me. That would make this... Ooh, is there anything in here? Oh, it's tiny. How cute. Okay, Alec sends me a little tiny piece of paper. He says, what kind of fertilizer do you use? And he wants Coir. I like how you spell Coir. You are getting a brick of Coir for your question. Thank you so much for entering the contest. And it's on its way. And the answer to your question is, inside I use a blend. I use bone meal, I use potash, and I use urea. And the urea that I use is not synthetic, it's actually organic. Urea supplies the nitrogen, and it's 46% nitrogen. It is like sky-high nitrogen. And I bought it in bulk. I bought a big old hunkin' bag of urea. So I mix that, I put that into a container, and then I throw in a couple tablespoons of bone meal, and that supplies the calcium and something else. And then I do the potash, which is, I believe, for the phosphorus. Is that right? I don't know. I get all those three mixed up. But anyway, I figured it all out. I mix it like a little mad scientist into a coffee can, and I put it into my tub, I add water to it, and I water my plants. And that's how my plants inside grow extremely well, and they hold the American flag up high because I give them organic fertilizer inside all winter long and summer. Outside, I use compost tea. You know, I make the compost out of the chicken manure and leaves and stuff. That is fantastic. The chicken manure supplies the nitrogen, the minerals that you get from the manure, and also the leaves are off the trees, and the trees send down the roots extremely deep, drop the minerals, put it on the leaves, and that is what makes my compost extremely balanced. It is high nitrogen and high minerals. People that say that your compost can't be high minerals, they don't know my compost. And my compost is what works the magic out in my garden. That is all that I ever use. Never a drop of anything else in my garden. I used to use that fish and poop. Ugh, that is nasty. I mean, it worked wonders, but man, every time I opened up that container, I died a little inside. It was horrible. Okay, enough. Thank you everybody for the 5 drawings today, and I will do 5 more next week here on the Voodoo Garden channel. And trust me, we have a lot of people who are dying to win something, and next week 5 of you will. Thank you so much. And if you haven't sent me a letter yet, send it to the address above. It is not too late. Send me a letter, I'll toss it in here, and you will have a chance to win your choice of 1 brick of cocoa peat, or 1 big heap and handful of Jolokia peppers, or if you're from overseas, you will win a nice selection of exotic, wonderful, beautiful tomato seeds from me to you. I gotta go. I think I'm done. Thank you everybody for joining me on the Voodoo Garden channel. I'm out of here.